Good morning. We gather here to remember and give respects to the fallen. I'm daunted by the challenge to find the words that adequately honor our brothers and sisters in law enforcement, to fully describe their service. For it is truly an honor for each of us to serve the communities that we work in, our state, and our nation. Service in law enforcement is not for the faint of heart, it's for those with the largest of hearts. It is not for the vainglorious, but it's for those who forsake the glory for the deed. It is not for the self-serving, but for the self-sacrificing. I speak a Kennedyism when I say we are called to do this job. We do this job, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. Our profession is ever evolving, becoming ever more challenging. Those that are best in our profession take on the hard and make it look easy. During this week, National Law Enforcement Memorial Week, we're often asked, what does it mean to serve as a police officer? In simplest of terms, it means rendering aid, providing help, guarding, shepherding. Those are broad, simple terms that doesn't do the profession justice. Those that put on a uniform, strap on a weapon, and go face the unspeakable every day deserve more. Winston Churchill is quoted as saying, "You make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give." In this same way, we build our profession not by what we get, but through the service we give. We are humbled to serve the public, and we proudly stand our guard. To truly define service, where the greatest value and virtues are found, is not by the broad-based definitions of community, but rather from the often unique impacts of our service to the individual. As an administrator, I have the great pleasure of getting to read the commendations that come in from the public every day. It is here in the eyes of the individual citizen that service is truly defined. It is identified as just not transactional interchanges between the police and the public, but it's the transformative contacts that we make each and every day. Usually these are the worst days of their lives. I see the thank yous for the officers' empathy and support, the acknowledgement of difficult investigations and decisions, of work performed beyond expectations, and lives positively redirected or even saved. It is here at this level where service is properly defined. In a profession of excellence, where excellence is often just average, numerous heroic, courageous, and transformative events go unrecognized every day. And it's here too, when no one is watching, that defines our service and character to our community. While too often unstated, our citizens know this. They support us. It generates the compassion, generosity, and support from those we are sworn to protect. We are fortunate to work with other premier first responders, and we are inspired by the countless community organizations that help us partner and to serve our residents. While all the names will soon be read, events from 2020 will long remain vivid in the memories of the Lincoln Police Department and others. What won't be, can't be forgotten for us occurred on August 26, 2020. Investigator Mario Herrera confronted the danger inherent in our profession while attempting to apprehend a suspect involved in a recent homicide. As he performed his sworn duty to protect and serve the Lincoln community, he was shot and later succumbed to his injuries. He died September 7, 2020. Mario's service with the Lincoln Police Department spanned 23 years. He started in 1997. Prior to that, he had a career at the Nebraska State Patrol. Prior to that, his service continued with the U.S. Army. His personnel file is full of these citizens' compliments. The empathetic ability to gain conversations, information by his ability to interact with others. From his teammates who understood him as a mentor, who knew he would pitch in whenever it was necessary. He was an investigator, having served in both our narcotics unit and our criminal unit. He was very skilled at what he did, and he was described as always willing to pitch in. He's had a great work ethic and set up positive examples for others to follow. But beyond that, beyond being a great cop, he was a great man, a great person, a great human. He was married to his wife Carrie for 25 years. Together they had 4 children, Carlos, Olivia, Celia, and Adelina. His service will continue to be remembered from the Lincoln Police Department from here on out. Our sorrow and anguish over losing Mario may tempt us in believing evil triumph that bitter day, that our service is in vain, but it isn't so. On the contrary, Mario's courage and fortitude conquered the darkness with a light that can never be extinguished nor never forgotten. Yet Investigator Herrera was not the first officer who gave his life for their community. In a short period of time since his death, he's not been the last. He joins an internal group of guardians whose lives we mourn, commemorate, and honor. We are not alone in our grief, for these are ceremonies that are being held across the country. May their names and sacrifice remain forever etched in their community's memory. May their legacy live on in the actions of every police officer who protects the vulnerable, renders aid to the injured, consoles the afflicted, and comforts the frightened. I will end with a Bible verse to encapsulate my definition of service, a verse from a time when the Lord had difficult and a challenging task and sought a volunteer to do his work. From Isaiah chapter 6, Then I hear the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? And Isaiah said, Here am I, send me. Service is each of us standing guard over our communities, and when called upon, regardless of the danger, saying, Here I am, send me. Send me. Thank you.